and welcome to Uncatched Criminals. I'm your host, Peter Thompson. Santa Claus, a name that inspires joy and hope for millions of children the world over. In fact, it inspired a song, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Under the Mistletoe. And many people listen to that song fondly every year as a classic. However, to one family in Tacoma, Washington, it's a song that brings fear, dread, and worry. For the events of the song played out in real life. It was late at night. Like most kids, I got out of bed and I wanted to see what Santa got me for Christmas, what Santa left me. I went downstairs, I snuck down, and what I saw I could not believe. My mother was kissing Santa Claus. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. I was silent the whole next day. Then I opened my presents and fun time. But eventually I told my dad. I told him everything. That's when he decided he was going to confront Santa. And he did. And that was the last time I saw him. So Santa, if you're watching this, bring my daddy home, please. You see, on December 24th, 1995, the child's father decided to confront Santa about his atrocious infidelity behavior. So he waited up that night. And sure enough, Santa showed up and there was an altercation. We have the police phone call right here.
911, what is your emergency?
Oh my goodness, they're fighting, you gotta stop them, they're fighting.
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Who's fighting?
Ho ho ho, I'll show you! Merry Christmas!
My husband and Santa are fighting. Send someone, please send someone. Daddy, stop fighting. Please send someone. Oh my goodness, send someone.
Santa flew away with their husband in his sleigh. The North Pole denies this, of course. In fact, their spoke elf had this to say.
Thank you all for coming on such short notice. So let's get down to business, shall we? We want to be clear. We completely and vehemently and utterly on all the candy canes and all the sugar canes and all the sugar plums in the entire world in the North Pole deny Santa's involvement in the December 24th, 1995 incident. How could he have done that? Santa was in Tokyo at the time, so it's impossible for him to have done that, right? Exactly. You're all scratching your heads because you know I'm right. Furthermore, apparently there have been renewed accusations against Santa over the incident in which Santa hit an old woman with his reindeer. This was a tragic accident, but it was an accident nonetheless. The charges were dropped. So there is no point to be drudging up the past against Santa on that. Okay? Besides, the old lady was jaywalking, so technically Santa was not in the wrong. But I digress. We will no longer respond to these accusations, rumors, or anything of the sort again. Thank you. Have a nice day.
They're of course talking about the incident in which Santa rammed his sleigh into an old woman. We spoke to the cop who answered the phone call, who answered the call to the scene.
Yeah, I remember that night. I responded to the call around 12:05. I went out there and I'll tell you what, they train you for a lot of things in the academy, but that right there kind of churned the stomach, you know. I mean, you have this old lady, sprawled on the floor. You have her cane over there, her iron hip over there. I mean, all across the ground are all her goodies and yum food and all that. You got your fudge, your turkey, all that's all across the field. It was terrible, just terrible. Santa was there, of course, and we breathalyzed him, and his hot cocoa count was a little high, you know. So we brought him in, questioned him and everything, and it was a whole big deal. But somehow, he had some great lawyers one night. He slipped out. We had to drop the charges, and he got away scot-free. But he did that on purpose. I'm certain of it. I'm certain he did it on purpose.
We also spoke with witnesses of the incident, and they had a different story than the spoke self had to give. For the spoke elf, as you remember, stated that she was jaywalking and it was an accident. However, when you hear these eyewitnesses say their story, you will know that the elves might be lying.
Oh my goodness, I could not believe it. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, that did not just happen to Edna. Anyways, I was out shopping for my friend Rhonda. You know, Rhonda, 3 divorces in, sold the yacht, terrible. I think you'd be good for her. Or even you, Mr. Camera Guy. She would love you. Anyways, I was out shopping. I saw Edna coming down the road. Now, Edna, I got nothing against. Edna's a good girl. We play, we play Jen every Sunday. It's all good. Anyways, I seen her coming down. I said, hey, Edna. She went over to those rednecks over there and did something, I don't know. Whatever. She came back around the road, and that's when I saw Santa coming down and bearing down and hit her. I was like, oh my goodness. I could not believe it. Anyways, Edna. Anyways, she got hit. I went about shopping. I know it's not happy, but I did it. Okay, now, let me give you Rhonda's information. She would love you.
Well, what you see is, me and my buddy Bubba, we were out in our cornfield doing our own thing, you know. We were making our favorite beverage, completely legal, following all the laws, still. We were doing it and talking. We saw Edna coming down the road. We looked over and we said, Edna, come on over. We called her over, so she came a-walking and hobbling, and we talked for a bit, and she decided she had to go. She gave us some of her fudge. Great woman, Edna. She's always great, always nice to us. Anyways, she went her way, and then we saw Santa Claus. Real thing, too. I ain't lying, y'all. I ain't lying to any of y'all. Well, we saw Santa flying down, and we thought, that's gotta be a UFO. But it was Santa. And I ain't lying, you, okay? I never lie, okay? I ain't never lied in my life, except for my 4th grade when I dropped out of school. We saw him flying down, and we saw him going right ahead. Like it looked like he was making a beeline for her, flying at her. We said, "Hey, Edna, get out the road!" But it was done. It was too late. Santa done hit her. Well, we disposed of our favorite beverages, and then we called the local sheriff, and he came out and arrested Santa. Well, I tell you what, it was a weird night for everyone. Did I ever tell you about how I saw the 3-eyed deer?
So what are your thoughts on this? Should Santa face justice? We have been trying to get a hold of him, but the North Pole denies us every time. Here is Mr. Thompson Johnson's wife with a plea.
Santa, if you're watching, I won't press charges. I'll drop all the charges. Just please, bring me my husband back. Bring him back, please. I will drop all the charges. Just bring my husband back, please. Oh, please.
Grisly, terrible stuff. Join us next weekend as we talk about the Grinch and how he stole Christmas and ruined the life of one Mary Lou Who. Thank you. I'm Peter Thompson, and this has been Uncatched Criminals.